Hey guys, Dib the Awesome here to give you a Monster Legends guide / review on Pierceid. Now, if you stay tuned with my channel and all that jazz, recently I posted a poll. I asked you guys out there who's the best non-War Master that was currently released into this game. Most of the poll stuff was like Quest Monsters, because, Quest Monsters are really great. In my opinion, they're kind of equal as War Masters because their effects and or traits are just amazing, whatever they do. And everyone voted this as the best one out of all the ones that have been released. Even when I added Gorg to that list, everyone, like the majority was on this monster. This is what everyone voted on. At least 60% voted that this was the best monster currently in the game that's non-War Master. In terms of a non-War Master scaling, this is the guy you want, or gal. It's a gal, it's a she, wombo, wombo. But anyway, this is Pierceid. Pierceid is the recent quest monster in the game. It's the most recent one, and it's really great. Why is this so great? It's great for two reasons. One, it has Abomination. This means you're immune to bleeding, nightmares, 2 DOTs, those are the 2 DOTs you're immune to, and you're immune to all forms of possession. Of course, you can trait disable, and then you're weak to possessions at that point. But her trait is Abomination, and just means you're immune to all forms of possession. Possessions do not phase this monster whatsoever, even in duo matchups. If they have the trait up, the possession doesn't really work. And depending on what the defense build is, cooldown's activation might not even matter either, because she could still do a really devastating move if you cannot remove it, or if you don't have the control to do so. So it may or may not be a dead skill too, as well, because she also has a skill that also procs it. And what is this Deb? What is it? It's insta-death. She has 2 skills. She has a spammable skill with no stamina cost as well. All enemies will die after 3 turns, everyone. This applies to everyone, and after 3 turns, everyone dies. Even if you stamina drain, cooldowns activate, doesn't matter. She's always able to do this. If you let her move, she will do this skill. Guaranteed all the time, no problemo. It's spammable, you can do it forever. You only need to cast it once, to be honest, because if you recast it, it just resets the timer. You don't really want that. That's kind of pointless. But it's still a nice thing, because it for sure guarantees you can apply curse, and then just if they don't bring anything to remove said curse or can't win in 3 turns, they instantly lose the monsters. That's how instant death works. If it goes past the timer, you just die. This is a very cheese thing, because the other skill you'll notice on here, Sit and Loose, activates all cooldowns on all enemies, and all enemies will die after 3 turns. She even has a cooldowns activate that even procs insta-death. So even if they have like a monster, if they don't have a monster that has a spammable AoE remove all negative effects, then they'll never get the chance to use their remove skill if it's on like a 2 to 3 turn cooldown for sure. They'll never get a chance to use it. It has to be at least on a 1 turn cooldown. 0 to 1 in order to really avoid getting instantly cheesed, to avoid this. And this is, as far as I'm concerned, this is one of the strongest skills in the game. This skill is ridiculous. Like instant death, and you're activating cooldowns, which means you can't really anti-measure against it if you didn't bring a spammable remove positive effect monster. That's pretty huge. That's extremely huge. And she also holds another cooldown activation skill. It's 50%, however, a double, bada bing, bada boom, double H. However, she has the second part of her trait. She didn't just get Abomination. The second part of her trait is at the beginning of the game, she gets True Vision as a buff. She gets a True Vision buff. And when you have True Vision, all your skills and effects land guaranteed. No worrying about tough or hardened, bulwark, whatever have you. Name the annoying trait that lowers the chances of you even landing a status effect. It's just gone. The worry is gone. You will land the skill, no problem whatsoever. You will land the skill. I don't know if Total Blind really affects it, but I just know you're guaranteed to land the effect and skill when you have True Vision. And she has a lot of really, really, really good skills. She even has a skill that reapplies True Vision if you lose it. So If, as far as I am concerned, like as long as this thing hasn't had its cooldowns activated, I've always seen this monster have True Vision. This thing is always up because it lasts for 3 turns. That's crazy, and she has a skill that reapplies it. Not only does it reapply True Vision, it also removes any positive effects on the target, plus applies curse and positive effect block, meaning that that thing has now cursed, plus it blocks all of their positive effects. Basically, it's like a nerfed nanovirus. It's basically nanovirus without DOT. It's just the non DOT portion of it, which is sometimes huge. But the effect is still major. Like to block all buffs, if it's not a buff skill that removes all negative effects and then applies the buff, that's pretty huge. So this is also a really good skill. This is a really nice thing to have, being as the fact we're in the meta right now where it just litters in like mega taunters and like Dunra. This thing pub stomps Dunra for sure. Just an absolute control. This one skill just completely counters Dunra in terms of in the fact that she can't reapply her buff as long as the positive effect block is on. That's huge. However, unlike like protect positive effects, which when you remove the, you remove protect positive effects, it only removes that. It still keeps the other buffs. Unlike that, this the debuff version, block positive effects. Once you remove the you can still apply your buffs. You still get the buffs. Let's say there's a skill that does like an AoE remove all negative effects and then does buffing. The enemies will still get their buffs, which I find there's a lot of little things in terms of status effects, how they work. Like shocked, for example, if you use a extra turn, remove negative effects and then applies the extra turn, they still get the extra turn. I kind of find those like those kind of flaws kind of make the debuff kind of dead because it's not really helping at all when they can just they still get an advantage just by running a an extra turn skill that removes it and then gets the extra. It blocks, it's supposed to block the thing, but if they have a remove and then effect and they get the effect, that's kind of kills the point. But this is how that works. Still this is a really nice skill. She also has a AoE possession and a single target possession. The AoE possession has nightmares, so you put nightmares on everyone. Not effective against the abomination matchup, but it's good against anything not running, immune to abomination basically. Nightmares is a really nice DOT now because they upped the ante on the stamina drain. That plus curse, you'll get extra drain. Plus any other relics and or other builds you're running, it just adds up. So it's just nice. I think this skill is worth running. I would find this more helpful. I'm going to run that now, actually. A lot of people like running Out of My Cage, which applies the possession to one enemy, applies reverse healing to all enemies. I actually don't see a point in running this skill. Okay, here's why I don't. Okay, so this is actually nice, like in terms of countering healing relics. But here's the thing with that: this monster has a skill that procs instant death, and you've activated the cooldowns at the same time. You're not really banking on damage to win. You're just banking on after 3 turns they're just still dead. So I don't really see the point of running reverse healing. Maybe for like the mirror matchup, but that's the extent of that because she can hold a healing mask and an amulet. So that's like the mask and amulet, but you basically run healing stuff with that. So it's good for the mirror matchup, but as far as I am currently concerned, that's the only reason why I would even run this skill. It's just for the mirror matchup. So this might be a war defense thing you do, but in terms of an offensive sense, I don't think you need it. In fact, I wished I had the AoE possession in some games that I actually lose. The only time I even lose was because I didn't run the AoE possession. So this is more bang for your buck here, I think. I don't think you need the single target possession. I think it's only good with mirror matchups and area dodge. I think that's the only time, yeah. That's really one of the only other times you even run this is when you have to fight against area dodge monsters. So this might also be good in friendly battles because everyone likes running O'Reilly and El Guden. But beyond that, yeah. There's like 3 scenarios you run this. Always run Possess, you win one go. Over Out of My Cage, unless it's one of those 3 scenarios when you're either mirror matchup, friendly battles or area dodge monster fight matchups that you need a single target skill. That's the extent of that. Because a lot of people again like running Helguden or Ailey. So it's just nice to have. But that's the general build. Dude, you can win. Dude, if this thing was at 100 and you have like a Dunra, you can actually run pretty top tier fights if your Dunra can take the damage. Because again, you win after 3 turns. So we're gonna showcase that today because I've been doing that. I've been doing that today. I'm gonna be kind of lazy here and not run really any relics on her. This is just lazy today. It's lazy day today. I don't really care about elixir stuff. So we're gonna find a defense that is pretty acceptable. This is looking pretty acceptable. So we got done around here, so it's all fine and dandy. All the effects are going on here. We're gonna do it cooldowns activation. That's fine. We got a healing mask. He has to recharge, and now this is where things get fun. This is why I don't even need damage to win. But I'll actually go for the possession you and go. Because now I have everyone possessed. I went for this because the enemy is not even running the skill. So that's interesting. But I still have them possessed. So now I can actually go for insta-death right here. So now I can do the insta-death. I can do transactions. They'll die after 3 turns. I should have just went straight for the other skill. But I just automatically assumed that he was running, the whatchamacallit. So this guy has to recharge. All this guy's doing... See, he did have acid spit. He totally did. Dude, this guy totally had acid spit. Totally did. I can do this positive effect block, total blind. He dies after a turn, and there we go. Win. As long as you can keep her from being unaffected by anything, like just literally run Dunra, you can actually straight up win. It's ridiculous. It's amazing how good that monster is. She obviously has her limitations. Shizar and Necromancer pub stomp the monster. My personal opinion. If you're fighting either of those War Masters, it's kind of just pointless to run her because it just kind of counters. Like Necromancer can just spam his extra turn skill to get all of his cooldowns back, and he can't be possessed anyway. So, and then with Shizar, he's got not only cooldowns protection, but he's also faster than the monster. So, he has speed priority. I think the only time it's bad for Shizar is when the enemy is faster than your Shizar, or Sarazar, I mean. Because you can get the possession off if you're not running Necromancer. But that's the extent of that. Oh, what's another good matchup? I don't want to fight anything that can remove the effects. As you can see here, everyone's winning Charizard on defense right now. Because it's a really great matchup against that specific monster. I'm fighting a lot of War Master defense bases. I'll try against this one. Perfect. So yeah, we can just cooldowns activate here. Go for the instant death. Everyone's applied with instant death. See, I'm not missing anything. Everything is landing. Guaranteed. There are no misses. There are no shenanigans with the monster. The monster has none of that. She will land every single effect. Guaranteed. I'll do with the possession. And that's just kind of it. You don't even need to run damage to win. All the cooldowns are done. Like they can't do anything, and then we can do cooldowns activation. She has double activation. So if you're actually running another monster with cooldowns activation as well, they won't ever get early a turn. And they'll only ever be able to use spammable skills. They can't do anything. And there we go. I've actually been told some people have actually gotten to Legendary 3 solely by just using this monster. And they're not fighting obviously they don't pick a fight with Shizar bases, they go over the other ones. And they just have good results. So it's just a monster that just wins. They don't have to worry about anything. Alright, this one doesn't count. This one didn't have any. This guy's not running anything really that's intimidating. Activate the cooldowns, instant death cooldowns. Just activating all the cooldowns. They have to recharge. I do believe this is one of the better monsters. This is honestly, when I actually got a chance to play this monster, like I was surprised a lot of people chose this over Gorg. Because well, I thought, oh, Gorg's amazing. Why is why is everyone talking about this monster more than Gorg? Gorg was like spamming remove all positive effects. It's really nice, amazing. Just a universally great monster all across the board, and they're choosing this over this. Why is that? When I got to play this monster, I'm like, whoa, why is this thing so strong? This thing is incredible. It is a really great monster. I'd say things that counter the monster itself would probably be evasion. I think Elvira is a nice pick. Even though the monster has a remove positive effect skill, it's nothing too devastating. It's not a control skill, so it's a positive effect block plus curse, but Elvira could just cheese right through it. So I think running Elvira is also a good idea against the this specific matchup. Because it protects your other monsters from the first turn of cooldowns, activation, whatever have you. This doesn't work against teams running O'Reilly or Gorg as well, but it should work on the condition that the Gorg or the O'Reilly is not going first. So that being said, if we got one more free attack to showcase. No, this monster is really good. It's currently the best non-war master so far. Totally. There's no way it's not. It's just got too many. It's just got too many like lockdown situations, and it's pretty much free. As long as they can't like deny your monster, you're pretty good. It's a really strong pick. So I can go for cooldowns activation here, which I'll do, and I'll go straight for the insta-death. So everyone has insta-death on. Nanovirus. I'll go for another cooldowns activate. And then I'll end with, like, possession. Like, if you honestly get the initiative with this monster, it's kind of hard to make a comeback because she has so many things. Like, if you're not immune to possession, and you don't have the cooldowns, like you have low cooldowns, but you're weak to possession, she'll still just control the game because she's guaranteed to land this. She's guaranteed to land anything she does, and that's strong. It's like, so look at this, so strong. It's ridiculous. And that's Pierceid. Fantastic, aka to be or not to be is the true question. That's what I named. That's what I named my Pierceid, to be or not to be. But that's the monster. Yeah. This monster's great. I'm Dibbly Awesome, and I'll catch you guys later in the next Monster Legends video. Catch you guys later.